What a great day for the city of Newport News, the East End community, and all of the above. Thank y'all very much for taking time out of y'all's busy day. This monument behind us certainly was a difficult project. It was not very easy, but it's very fulfilling and gratifying. And on behalf of my partners, Mr. Junior Burr, Mr. Eugene Thomas, and Mr. Franklin Bowser, thank y'all very much for coming, and looking forward to a wonderful ribbon cutting, and hopefully this is going to be a foundational piece for the East End that's going to do great things where people will have a great place to lay their heads. Right off the bat, I really want to thank the real bosses, all of our wives. So Tricia, Gina, Tia, and Corinne, for all the stuff that they put up with all the junk we got to do heretofore. Thank you all very much. So with that, we're going to have Mark Biagas to come up and do a blessing, and then we're going to have remarks from a lot of the dignitaries that are here. So, Mark.
Can I ask you to bow your head, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the success of this historical facility renovation. Originally, it served as a health center for minorities, minority families in the community. Now it's renovated apartments that are affordable for the citizens of this community. Lord, continue to bless the developer, Newport News City administrators, GCs, the architects and engineers, Historical Society, VHDA, and many, many other subcontractors who made this a success. Lord, continue to bless everyone here today, and we thank you for allowing us to have this great day and completion of this project. Amen.
All right, without further ado, I'd like to welcome the mayor of Newport News, Dr. McKinley Price, for some words, and I'm sure he's going to enlighten you of his experiences here at the Whittaker.
Thank you, sir. You know, this is a very special day for the Southeast community and for our city as a whole. And I don't know how much you want me to get into this, but okay, as a child, I spent quite a few moments and days in this facility. I was born here. And as a child, I was very, very small. Imagine that. And my father one day said, you know, something's wrong with that boy. So he put me in here, and we ran a lot of tests, and finally a great pediatrician said, because I didn't eat a lot, he said, you know, no kid's going to starve himself to death. Just give him time, and he'll be all right. And luckily, I've been healthy since that. As a matter of fact, I've never had the flu, had perfect attendance through high school, and have not missed a day of work due to illness in 40 years. So it is a blessing that occurred. The other thing that's probably significant for me is that how many people have had the opportunity to have their future father-in-law do surgery on them. And that with Dr. Scott, who was a person, if any of you ever knew him, knew what I'm talking about. A person that professionally I tried to emulate, wanted to be like. Just great doctors here. Dr. Ashby is here, Dr. Kermit Ash, his father, who was another great physician that walked the halls of this hospital. In those days, there were still house calls being done. Physicians would go home in the evening, eat, and return, and spend most of the evenings at the hospital. One of Dr. Scott's, I think, things that he regretted was that he did not have enough time with his family that he felt. And I said, well, you raised a great family, Doc. Don't worry about that. But it's the memories from this place that now will be shared by people who in this community who will benefit. And it is just such great to see that this building was designed and built by black physicians and architects and stands now as a beacon for this community. So I just hope you will enjoy what you see if you're going to have a chance to take a tour. I'm assuming It's just fantastic. They did a great job. You know, after this building sat here empty for so many years, to now see this repurposed for something that's going to benefit and be a cornerstone for this community. So this will be a fresh start for an affordable place to live as this building writes the next chapter of success for opportunity for this great city. So I just want to thank John Biagas, Junior Burr, Eugene Thomas, and Franklin Bowser for bringing Whittaker Place, this project, to life. You've done a wonderful job. He may get into the details of how complicated this was to do and pull off. I just want to thank the city and HUD and anybody and everybody that had anything to do with the success of this building being here. And I think it's something you're going to be very pleased, and I know the community will enjoy it for a lifetime. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now we'll call up the city manager, who did a great job helping us all throughout the navigation of this.
I am so excited to be here this morning. I couldn't wait for this day to come, and I sat back and I thought, if I am so excited, I can only imagine what people like Mayor Price and other members of the community that have such a deep connection to this building, what you may be feeling. I can tell you, when I started working for the city over 10 years ago, Whittaker Hospital was an issue. We kept hearing about it. What are we going to do with Whittaker Hospital? We were getting complaints about the conditions and the conditions of the building. And I don't think there was anybody, at least in the city organization, that wanted to lose this wonderful old building. But we also knew that it wasn't fair to the community to have the building that was starting to be perceived as a blight to the community. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We knew if we were going to bring this old hospital back to life, that it was going to take a very, very serious public-private partnership. So we started working on it. We hoped, we tried, we kept hoping, we worked a little harder, and we kept hoping. And just a few short years ago, we were extremely fortunate to have the Whittaker partners come to our table with a plan and a vision and an opportunity. We knew, as they said, it wasn't going to be easy, it was going to be difficult. So we knew that the city was going to have to step up and play a very important supporting role to make this project happen. So I want to add to the mayor's comments my thanks to the Housing Authority, all the city departments, development, planning, engineering, public works, water works. Just about every department in the city was touched by this project, and we get to be here today. I also want to thank the citizens for your perseverance with us through this and your patience in allowing us to make this happen. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank the Whittaker partners for coming to the table with us, for having that vision. We are very appreciative of all those efforts. As many of you know, and as the mayor mentioned, we are in the throes of trying to do a lot of work and a lot of initiatives to revitalize this community. And this particular project is just one of the first steps, and I hope you will all be with us as we move forward in transforming this community. And again, I thank all of you for being there with us, and to quote the mayor from our State of the City, for believing in us and for investing in us and for achieving with us. So thank you so much. Looking forward to the people taking occupancy of this building.
Well said. And last but not least, we're going to have Mr. Mike Hawkins with VHDA come up. Mike is from the area, lives in the area. Used to work for the city, I think, years ago. But, the partnership with all of the folks that it takes to do this, I can assuredly say that people went above and beyond the call of duty. And Mike, please come on up.
Thank you all so much for this beautiful day. This is a wonderful day for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Certainly a wonderful day for the city of Newport News, and most importantly, a wonderful day for the southeast community of the city. This is just a tremendous accomplishment today. I want to commend all the partners that were involved in making this possible. Mr. Biagas, Mr. Burr, Mr. Bowser, Mr. Thomas, you all have done a wonderful job here, and this is such an important building that reflects the culture and the history of the Southeast community of Newport News. Virginia Housing Development Authority, as the State Housing Finance Agency, is very excited to be a partner in this very important initiative. And I want to recognize some of the folks that make our work possible at the Virginia Housing Development Authority. First of all, I want to introduce you to two of our members of our Board of Commissioners. We have Clarissa McAdoo Canyon, and we also have Abby Johnson. So if you all would raise your hands. Abby, I see you over there. And Clarissa, thank you all very much for being here. Our Board of Commissioners, they're absolutely wonderful. They set policy for our organization, and their leadership is absolutely amazing. Also, I'm very happy to have several of my colleagues with me from the Virginia Housing Development Authority. I have Mr. Art Bowen, who heads our rental division, Mr. David White, who's in our rental division, one of our leading underwriters, and also Yvonne Farmer with our marketing communications team. So Art, Yvonne, David, please raise your hands as well, and please give them a round of applause. We have such a great team at VHDA. But again, at the end of the day, no matter how strong VHDA is, we're only as strong as the partners that we have throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia, and partnerships are incredibly important to the work that we do. And again, we've seen the very important role that partnerships play here in the city of Newport News. I think it's been absolutely amazing, the support from the city, from the Redevelopment and Housing Authority, from the community, and then the work done among the partners to make this particular opportunity possible. I really want to start off with a quote from the late poet and writer Maya Angelou. And in 2010, she said, "The ache for home lives in all of us, the safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned." And I think Maya Angelou's words, they strike at the fundamental truth that a home is so much more than the walls and a roof. And what has happened today is the partners coming together have really created a home for families here in the Southeast community. And this is such an important part of the ongoing transformation of the Southeast community. VHDA has been a partner in this effort. Most importantly, our most recent initiative has been working with the Whittaker Place development, but also we've been here in the Southeast community working hand in hand with our partners for the last several decades. This goes back to the 1990s with the initial work with the Madison Heights community and helping to promote affordable home ownership opportunities here in the city. Moving on beyond that, partnering with the Redevelopment and Housing Authority in terms of the transformation of public housing here in the community, as well as the work that you've seen along the Jefferson Avenue corridor in terms of promoting a variety of housing options to serve the community. So partnerships are very important. We're very pleased to be a part of the partnership effort here in Newport News, and we're excited to continue to be a part of this effort as the transformation of the Southeast community moves forward. So thank you all very much for being a partner in this effort. Thank you very much for the invitation to speak today. This particular development means a lot to me personally as a citizen, a native of the city of Newport News. As Mr. Biagas mentioned, I got my start in public service here in Newport News, working with the local Community Action Agency, then moving on to the Redevelopment and Housing Authority. And this city, from an educational and professional development perspective, has made me what I am today, and I'm just so gratified to be here before you today to see such a great accomplishment in terms of the transformation of the Whittaker Place property, as well as the ongoing transformation of the Southeast community. So again, thank you very much for all you're doing, and we're excited to be a continued partner in this effort.
Well, we would be here probably 2 days if we really had to acknowledge each and every person that, had a substantial help in, seeing this project to light. I'd like to thank my partners. Junior Burr called me about 2.5 years ago, and prior to that, about 5 years prior to that, I was approached by a young lady, and I can name any names, that wanted to, do this project. And I kind of looked at it and said, I'm going to take a pass on this because I just don't think it's going to work out the way I thought. But when Junior and Eugene came, I said, well, we got some smart guys, Franklin Bowser. I think if we put our heads to it, we can do this. So thank y'all very much for believing in this project, and looking forward to keeping it moving. So we're going to have the ribbon cutting here, but before that, we're going to have some detailed thanks to a lot of folks. Try not to name everyone, but there's a lot of folks. Well, I'll try to name everyone. Let's say it that way. City council members, Vice Mayor Tina Vick, glad she's here. Thank you very much. Dr. Cherry is here as well. Thank you very much for y'all's help and support. Of course, the mayor and David Jenkins, appreciate you as well for being here. We also have Jeff Wassmer in the back here, who's a York County board member. Appreciate you, Jeff. Thanks for coming with that. David Yancey, I see in the backhand side. Do we have any other elected officials? Congressman Scott's office. Thank you very much. Thank you, but thanks for being here. So we just gotcha. Delegate Price's office as well. Sorry. Thank you very much. It goes without saying. City of Newport News Housing Redevelopment, the Virginia Housing Development Corporation, VHDA, VCDC, our neighbors, East End. I tell you, they put up with a lot of stuff doing this construction. We really want to thank them. There was a lot of stuff where, doing a lot of things to their parking area and everything else, but it certainly turned out well. Mark Turner Construction, Franklin, you did a yeoman's job here, and you and your staff and your team. When we started this thing, if y'all would have walked this building, I encourage you to look inside. We also have a television rolling, seeing kind of before and after pictures. It was certainly a sight before four eyes, but it worked out really well. Bay Electric Company, the Timmons Group, Sadler and Whitehead Architects, Hickman Ambrose, Walter Parks Associates, Sona Bank, Town Bank, the Franklin Johnson Group. These ladies, I tell you, they're wonderful. They really do a great job, and they're going to fill this place up post-haste really quickly, and looking forward to having a real good thing. My assistant, Sally, she's my right arm there. She actually takes care of a lot of stuff for me. A lot of people wonder how I can do a lot of the things I do. When you have a right arm like her, you can do a lot of things. So Sally, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have VHDA, so Art Bowen, David White, Tammy Neal, Abby Johnson. Y'all know VHDA, I've done a lot of developments all over the place, but I can tell you the partnership with Newport News, what VHDA brought to the table was really unique. And I tell you, this project would not have happened with all of this assistance, because the way these things are structured, there's just no way that you can put that type of capital in. You never have a return on your investment, nor would you ever be able to pay the debt back. So thank y'all very much from the bottom of our hearts, because without VHDA, City of Newport News, and Housing Redevelopment, this thing would not have happened. Also, we've got Karen Wilds, of course, great partner. Sandra Powell, Carl Williamson. I mean, thank y'all very much from the bottom of our heart. Florence Kingston, see you there. Thank you as well, because you did a lot of heavy lifting for us. And I know we called you early and often, but you're always there helping us out. Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to start the ribbon cutting. And shortly after the ribbon cutting and all that, we've got a bunch of food from Smokes out in the area. You'll be free to walk around. You can do guided tours or your own tour. So Sally, lead us in who's going to do this ribbon cutting, please.